Now, how secure are your online security passwords? Well, the answer might well be not very. An exclusive GMB investigation has just revealed how easy it is for cybercriminals to access all your personal information. Figures show that 1 in 5 Brits have been hacked now, and nearly half of us reuse the same password for different sites.
Bank of Dave's star, Dave Fishwick, has been working with expert Brandon Murtagh, who is an ethical hacker. That's someone who uses their hacking skills to highlight potential risks and dangers for those that might be vulnerable. Well, 2 anonymous volunteers agreed to have their personal data mined.
Brave.
To see what hackers could find out in just 3 minutes. And Dave, my goodness me, they were shocked, weren't they? Talk us through your investigation.
Well, they weren't the only people that were shocked. I was shocked too.
Really?
This is one of the most fascinating ones I've ever worked on with Kate Hemingway and Carl. Now, what we did is we looked into this ethical hacking. This guy's one of the best in the world. And he looks into people's backgrounds in 3 minutes. There are so many things out there that he can grab hold of. We got 2 volunteers. We said to them, right, give us 3 minutes and we're going to know everything about you, which is scary.
Isn't it?
It really is. And all we had is their email address. Take a look at this. We've got one of the best ethical hackers in the world, Brandon. He's had a really good look into you in the last few hours, and I want to know if what he's saying is true.
Yes. Yeah, that's my password.
100%.
Yes.
Are you scared now?
Yeah, I am, because I use that password for a lot of different accounts, so yeah.
I do recognise that, yeah. It's concerning because that's not something that should be public.
That's scary, then.
Yeah, so I can't give an explanation for that.
That certainly leaves me very concerned.
Ooh.
Scary stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what they do is they sell your data. Not the ethical hackers, the unethical hackers, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
So, the unethical people, they get involved, they look, they have all these different systems to look in, and then what they do, they sell it on the dark web to the highest bidder. It's like an auction site. Imagine an auction for people's data
Your
and
stuff.
companies' data, which is absolutely worrying. And
What sort of things, Dave?
well, they use a system called brute force that digs into your data and looks for anything that it can use. And they look at millions. And they've got 28 billion records to look at from just the last 15 years, from 2010. And it does that in less than 3 minutes. Look at this. How many emails can it search through? And how long can it go back?
So we've got about 28 billion records that it searches through, and it goes back to breaches ranging from about 2010 right up until 2025.
So that number there?
That number there is
28 billion, 330 million, 593 in 3 minutes. Wow.
Yes.
This is extraordinary. I had no idea that it went that deep.
Well, it's all looking into your bank details, and it's looking for anything that they can grab hold of, like a name or anything that resembles a password. And if you change it ever so slightly, like most people, they keep the same password for years. And not only they use it for one site, they use it for all the sites.
Yeah, I
They
use
just-
Because they think it's
2.
easy to remember.
About
Yeah.
6 sites, I use 2.
And that's it, it's easy to remember. So that's what the hackers are looking for. And they have devices that if they add just a number to it, and remember they can do 28 billion things in seconds, if they add just a number to it each time, they find the one if you've just changed it with a hashtag or something similar. I got wrote to by somebody that had lost £96,000.
Oh, my goodness.
They didn't have £96,000. They'd actually borrowed, the hackers had borrowed £96,000 in this guy's name. Now, you can look online, Dave Fishwick, 96 grand, you'll see it come up. I got him the 96 grand back off the banks.
Well done.
But it
Well
shows
done.
they go in there and then they start borrowing in your name. And it's just unbelievable. A super important thing, I know we're stuck for time, but the super important thing is
No, we're not.
unsecure websites. So, when you go onto a website and you put your finger on a search bar, it'll come up HTTP.
Yeah.
You always
Yes.
want it to have an S on the end of it. The S is secure. That's you going onto a secure website.
I never knew that.
And it stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Source. You don't need to know that bit. You just need to know. Go for the S on the end. That is a super important.
So if it hasn't got an S, it's not secure.
If it's not secure, it's not necessarily a bad site,
No.
but it's not secure,
It's not secure
if it ain't got the S.
Tell us.
Look at this. What's the worst thing we could do with this? Not that we're going to do it.
The worst case I've ever seen is access to the email address, and they use that access to the email address to lock out access to every other single account, including financially related, social media profiles, and just about everything else associated with that user.
In terms of passwords, Dave, a colleague of ours here yesterday said that if you, I mean, often people use a symbol. The common one is the exclamation mark, isn't it? But if you put a pound sign on, that's extra secure. Are you aware of that?
What you really need is 2 sets of authentication. Super important is your password. You then need something that makes that difficult. So you add lots of numbers, lowercase, higher case.
Right.
And then you then go to the next thing, which is then biometrics, face, finger. So 2 sets of authentications. But we've had this system and we've had a lot of help from O2, Virgin Media O2. And what we did, we worked with them on this using the strong passwords, using the 2-factor authenticity. And then they said, look, Dave, be cautious on cold calls. So you can see the graphics there, cold calls. If somebody's ringing you, they're not ringing you to help you, Richard. Yeah. You know, they're ringing you because they want something for you. So put the phone down, ring them back, time's on your side. That's another one.
And just to give an idea of the sort of way they monetize the information, because I know that's what you want to talk about. You mentioned banks, but it could be a big household company, energy giants, pension providers, and using names that we're all familiar with. Isn't that right, Dave? That's how they take that info that they get so quickly and monetize it. Just talk a bit about that.
Yes, and they use the news. So if somebody's talking about the news, they'll bring something into it. They will then look into your credit card, they will look into your bank accounts, they will take that information, they will borrow money in your name. The only time you'll find out about it is if it affects your credit score. You'll go onto your credit score, it'll affect it, it's likely, because they've had lots of searches. It will also affect everything that you do. So if you apply for a loan, it'll be affected. And you might get a notification to say somebody's gone onto your website or somebody's gone onto your email from somewhere else in the country. You might be up in Scotland and somebody down in Bognor Regis has just gone onto your website. Something there's telling you it's horribly wrong.
Is there anywhere you can go if you think that you've been scammed, you're in the process of being scammed?
Super important. So we've got a system and you can actually forward your scam email to a text, and the text is 7726.
That's right.
So what you need to do is forward that. All the media sites and the O2 and all the telephone sites all use the same site. So if you forward that, that will go to them. They will take a really good look at it. So 7726.
7726.
And then we've also got, the main thing is have a chat with friends and family. It's a really big subject, is this. Old and young, it happens to everybody. So sit down with your family and friends and just say, look, the world isn't always made of roses. You know, there is some people out there that would like to take some money from you. Let's get prepared. Time's on your side. If they ring, tell them you'll ring them back.
Great.
Tell them Dave said.
OK, all right, Dave. That will definitely reassure them. That will definitely reassure them. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Really useful,
Dave.
Dave.
Really
Thank
useful advice. And the pound sign our editor was talking about is because foreign scammers potentially the sterling sign doesn't come up automatically on their keyboards. So you're right. There's other ways to protect you from UK scammers, but it's a helpful one to have in the mix on the password if it's foreign. Thanks, Dave. Thanks very much indeed.